I just built this MCP that can find you 100 job offers with no code and completely for free. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through each step so you can also use this for yourself, even if you are a complete beginner. And now to show you how simple this is, I'm here on the Claude website, which is connected to my workflow. And don't worry, you can use ChatGPT or whichever LLM you prefer. And I'm going to ask it to use your tools to find 100 remote job offers for end-to-end developers. And now Claude will use the tools from end-to-end workflow to scrape LinkedIn, Indeed, Upwork, and Glassdoor. And because each tool only returns 10 jobs per API call, Claude will call each tool 3 times to collect the 25 top offers from each platform. And I'm just gonna speed this up as it's just repeating the same process for each one. Okay, so now that Claude has all of this information, I'm going to ask it to use its fifth and final tool to move all of these jobs to our database. And in just a couple of minutes, we have a huge database of jobs to choose from. Now, when you look at this Google Sheet, most of this information is just to help Claude find you the best matches. What's really important here is the job URL, which you can just click on it, and it will take you to the job application page so you can apply. And now I'm just gonna go over how this works really quickly, but if you are a complete beginner to automation tools like end-to-end and don't care how it works under the hood, you can just jump to the time you see on the screen and I'll help you set everything up there. So the job scraping part will be completely taken care of by our main workflow. And if you're familiar with end-to-end, you're probably thinking that this looks a lot like an AI agent, and that's correct. Now, to make this easier to understand, let's imagine we have this AI agent. Now, instead of giving him all of the tools directly, let's separate them where the MCP tool connects our agent to the other tools so it can still use them whenever he wants. And now just imagine that this agent is actually in the backend of ChatGPT or Claude. The chat trigger will be Claude's chat widget, the model will be the one you select, and the memory will be taken care of by Claude. And what this means is that we can use Claude AI to get huge context windows, extended thinking, and advanced error and logic handling, which makes it 10 times less likely to hallucinate than a simple end-to-end agent. The tools I used are pretty simple. I just used the Google Custom Search API to allow Claude to search for the job offers and then gave it the specific URL expected by each platform so it knows how to find them. I know this looks like an easy setup, but make sure to watch the setup part carefully as there is a very important step we need to do to make all of this work. So now that we covered the 4 tools that allow Claude to scrape these platforms, there's also another one connected to this sub workflow that allow it to save all of the results into an organized database. Now, to understand this first part, you need to know that if this tool takes too much time to execute, Claude will time out thinking there was an error. So instead of passing the 100 jobs at once, we need to break them down into batches of 10. And that's why you saw so many tool calls in the demo. So this node will receive the jobs from Claude, this one will count them, and if they're more than 10, then it will return this error message explaining it has to send 10 or less at a time. If they're 10 or less, then this code node will structure the information so that it is ready to be saved on the Google Sheet, and then this loop will execute once for each job. Now it's important to wait a couple of seconds before saving each job so we don't hit any Google Sheet API limits. After that, we are going to check the Google Sheet to see if this job in particular is already saved or not. If it isn't, then it's going to save it. And if it is, then this code node will count the duplicates just to inform Claude. And once each item goes through this loop, we'll send a report to Claude with a success message and how many duplicates there were. So now that you have some base knowledge on how this works, I'm gonna help you set it up. The first step is to open end-to-end, which is an AI automations tool. You can search for end-to-end.io or just go to the link in the description. If you don't have an account yet, just click on Get Started, sign up and start free trial. And don't worry about the $24 because there are other ways to run end-to-end for cheaper. I left a video in the description to help you do this once your free trial ends. And now create a new workflow. And now we are going to build the tools to give to Claude so we can actually scrape the jobs. And there are 2 main ways to do this. You can either build everything from scratch manually or just copy the JSON file of someone that has already built it. So because I already did this for you, you can just copy my template and you're good to go. And to get it, you just need to go to my free school community. The link will be down in the description. From here, you're going to click on YouTube videos and search for the title of this video. click on this post, and you're going to see two JSON files, and you're going to click on Job Finder Agent and download. This is going to be the main workflow with all of the scraping tools. Now back in N8N, you are going to click on these three dots, import from file, and you're going to click on the file you just downloaded from school. Upload. And now for all of these tools to work, we need to go to Google Cloud and enable an API key. To access this website, just search for cloud.google.com or go to the link in the description. From here, just sign in with your account and click on console. Now click on APIs and services, credentials, and create credentials. Now create an API key. You can name it N8N and create. Now copy your API key and go back to N8N. In here, just click on one of these tools, scroll down, and you're going to see your Google API key here. You're going to paste it back to Canvas, and you're going to do the same for the rest of the tools. Save it so you don't lose your progress. And now we'll need to create a custom search engine, which I know that it sounds very difficult, but it's actually pretty simple. So just go to the link in the description, and from here you're going to click on add, give it a name like N8N, click on search the entire web, and I'm not a robot. Create, and now just copy this part here. And now back in N8N, you're going to click on this tool, and when you see your search engine ID here, you're going to paste it. Now do the same for the other tools. And don't forget to save. And now that step 1 is done, we can already test this out. So to do that, because this tool is not set up yet, just click on these three dots and deactivate. And now hit save and toggle the workflow to active. And now click 2 times on this MCP server trigger, production URL, and click on it to copy. And now you're going to open whichever LLM you prefer. I'm going to open Claude because it's my favorite. And in here, you're going to click on settings, connectors, add custom connector. I'm going to call it job scraper. And here you'll paste the URL you just copied. And then add. And that's it. Now Claude should be able to call all of the tools. So just open a new chat and ask it something like you're going to click on allow always. And just like that, Claude can now scrape all of these platforms and give you as many job offers as you want. And now to save all of these results, just come back to my school post and you're going to click on this link to open my Google Sheet database template. To make a copy of this file, just click on File, Make Copy, and now you're going to name it MCP Job Offers. Make Copy. Great, so now we have everything we need to set up the final tool. So to do that, just come back to my school post, click on this JSON file and download. And now the last thing we need is just to copy this prompt. Go to whichever LLM you prefer, open a new chat and paste it here. And now what this prompt is going to do is automatically connect our new Google Sheet template to our N8N workflow so that when we import it, everything will be already done for us. Just click on this plus button, upload a file, and add the JSON file you just downloaded. And now go back to the Google Sheet template, copy the URL, and where you see paste your sheet ID here, just delete this and paste your URL. Now as you can see here, the URL is between this D, so just remove this part, and before this edit, so remove it. And now click enter. And that's it. Now just click on copy, open N8N, create a new workflow, and paste your JSON. Now, if you see some red here on these Google Sheet notes, it's because you need to set up your credentials. And if you are a complete beginner, don't worry, because I left a great guide in the description explaining you exactly how to do this. Just to finish this setup, you're going to click on Save and change the name of this workflow to Save Jobs Tool. And now come back, click on your other workflow and just name it Main Tools. And now we'll need to activate these tools, so you're going to click on these three dots and activate. Click 2 times on it and you're going to connect it to the sub workflow we just created. So search for the Save Jobs tool, back to Canvas and save. Now to test if everything is working, just come back to Claude, Settings, Connectors, and we are going to disconnect it and connect it once again. Now connect it. And now just come back to the shot where you asked Claude to use its tools, which is this one. And now just ask it to save the jobs. And as you can see, Claude actually failed 2 times before getting it right. But don't worry, this is completely normal and he will correct himself until he finds the solution. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, consider subscribing, because this is just the second video of an MCP series and things just get crazier from here.